All right, very excited. We have the brewer from Ommegang Brewery, Wesley Nick, on the phone. Good morning, Wes.
Good morning, Boris.
It is an honor to talk to you. I'm a huge fan. I'm telling you. Now, anybody who's into beer knows about Ommegang. For those of our listeners out there who are trying to educate about beer, explain to them a little bit about the roots of Ommegang and your connection to Belgium.
Okay. Ommegang's in Cooperstown, New York, located on a former hops farm from way back in the day when the Northeast was the main hop growing region in the U.S. And the brewery was started by a local Cooperstown couple who just loved Belgian beers. And they started out an importing company. They were bringing over Belgian beers, and Duvel really liked what was going on, so they bought out the remaining shares and became the primary owners. And
of course, Duvel is a well-renowned Belgian beer. Tell us what I always talk about Belgian beers and how delicious they are. What makes a Belgian beer, the Belgian style that you guys brew, different than most of the beers here in America?
Mostly, the yeast strains are very, very fruity, very phenolic. That coupled with the use of spices, a lot of your other styles of beer do not utilize cooking spices.
So you have a lot more of a flavor profile lots of times in Belgian beers than you'd say like an American beer.
As far as the finished product, yes. Belgian ales are big on the fruity aromas and spicy aromas and flavors, and most of that's coming from these yeast strains.
Yeah, okay, so now speaking of that, then I'm very excited about our beer of the week. We've got the Ommegang BPA, which is really like a blend of American beer and Belgian beer. It's kind of the best of both worlds. It's a Belgian pale ale, right?
Right. Yeah, we're claiming to have the first Belgian pale ale.
The very first Belgian pale ale. Now explain to us exactly what that style is.
The way I like to explain it to people is that forever the Belgian beers were never known for their hoppiness, but over time, as Americans fell deeper and deeper in love with hoppy beers, I think the Belgians started to take note, and the next thing you know, you've got like Houblon Chouf. They're starting to experiment with hoppier beers. The Chouf is like a Belgian triple / American double IPA hybrid.
So instead of the American brewers being inspired by the Belgians, now it seems like the Belgians are getting inspired by the Americans.
Right. The tables seem to be turning. We developed this Belgian pale ale, and we couldn't be happier with it. We're definitely not looking back.
Yeah, well, I'm telling you, it is a delicious beer. I highly recommend everyone giving it a try. And this week it is the WRRV Beer of the Week. So if you have your WRRV growler, you can get to halftime and you can fill up for half price the Ommegang BPA. Delicious. And you're actually going to be at halftime this Thursday, right?
That's correct, yeah, from 4 to 7. I'll be there hanging out, chatting. I think we're going to have some discounts that day, maybe, on some Ommegang beers. I'm not quite sure on that.
Maybe doing maybe some sampling if somebody wants to taste that BPA?
Oh, yeah.
Definitely going to be sampling out the BPA, and
that's what our listeners
hopefully a couple other things.
Wesley, our listeners are interested in the free beer samples.
Free beer.
All right, well, Wesley, it has been an honor talking to you. I love Ommegang Brewery. You guys are doing great work up there. We're trying to spread the word of good beer throughout the Hudson Valley, and you guys are absolutely one of the best. So thank you so much, Wesley.
Awesome. Thank you, Boris.
All right. There you go. It's very cool of him to call in this morning. And they just did a bunch of renovations up there. So if you have a chance to make that pilgrimage up to Cooperstown, I know Halftime is going to be doing a bus up there soon. If you stop by the tasting on Thursday, I'm sure there'll be some more details on that. All right, so there you go. Love beer. Monday morning. Got to get right back into it. So new beer of the week, WRRV.com for all the details. We'll come back. We got some more music on the way. We're going to hear the new one from the Foo Fighters.